owed to them. Now, this system of paying back has been established since the widow came to the prophet and said, hey, my husband, worked for you, but he left us in a whole lot of debt. Okay? And now these debtors want to come and take both my boys in order to pay my husband's debt back. And thanks be unto God, the prophet came up with a way for her to not have to give up her sons, because at that time, when a husband passed, it immediately fell to the sons to take care of the mother. If a son passed and after the husband passed, then it would become the next son's immediate responsibility to take care of the mother, the widow. This is why Jesus says to his disciple, he doesn't leave Mary high and dry. He tells his disciple, take care of my mama. Take care of my mom. Take care of my mommy. Take care of my mother. He makes arrangements for her. So this is why that was so important to have done, because that is what they made a practice of doing at that time. Number 2, the debt collectors are the ones who establish what works equal the wage repayment. And at that time, still like today, debt collectors collect with interest, y'all. We all know this. So yeah, they'll say, hey, work 1 year to erase this debt. Let's just say at that time the debt was $100, which is a huge amount of money. Let's just say it's $100. Maybe it's about 27 cents a day. The debt collector knows how much is owed, how much is required, and how much works in a day will equal that repayment. But the debtor is the one who doesn't know. The debtor has no idea how much it's going to cost to repay this. So the collector is going to get his or her 27 cents worth, right? But the collector will communicate to the one who owes the debt that each day you work is only going to be equal to 15 cents, which puts the debtor at a 2-year repayment plan instead of a 1-year repayment plan. That's the interest. And so if we owe and don't pay or can't pay, the notices come. That's the first thing. We are notifying you that you owe us. The second thing is then they send it into a collection agency. And then if it's worth it to them, they won't just stop at an agency. They'll put it in court. And then if they are granted a motion in court, then the money is automatically deducted. And if it can't be deducted, sometimes there's a lien. There's all different kinds of ways that these debt collectors make sure that they get their money. All right? Now that we've established that, I want you to just switch for a moment. Follow me. If and when at any time in the process of a notice, of a phone call, or of a court matter, if you call the organization that you originally owe the money to, when they've already assigned a debt collection agency or they've gone to the court, this is why the Bible says hurry up and agree with your adversary before you get to court. If you call them and say, hey, I got the money now, I'm ready to pay, they're going to say, you got to call the agency. There's nothing I can do. Well, wait a minute, but the agency wants me to pay $250 and I only owe you $100. Or I only owe you $175, but they want me to pay $300. Okay, it's nothing I can do. You got to call the agency. Why? Because that organization or that person hired that agency or hired that lawyer or went to the court. Either way, there are fees that are imposed now. And the agency, the debt collection agency or the court or the lawyer has asked the original organization for an agreement that when we get paid, you get paid. But here's the thing. We're going to take our piece off of the top, and we're going to charge them a little extra. They can be responsible for what it costs us to go after them to get this money on your behalf. So we're going to take that off the top, and then we're going to forward the remaining balance to you. But in the contract, you, the organization, have to agree that if the debtor calls you to make that payment, you send them to us. You send them to the agent, me, the agency. You send them to me, the lawyer. You send them to me, the court. You cannot take that money because we have no way to know whether or not we're going to get our cut after we've done all this petitioning to get you this money. This is in the contract, y'all. This is in the agreement. Try it. If you have a debt and it's gone over to a collection agency that is outside of the organization or company, call them. Say, I want to pay it. They're going to refer you to the agency. If they don't, then that means that they are reneging on that contract with them. Now, when it's time to pay a debt in collections, a person has to pay the debt collection agency, lawyer, or court, not the organization. We've established that. You can pay in the form of a check. You can pay with a debit card. You can pay with a money order. You can pay with a cashier's check. And depending on if you're in front of them, you can pay with cash. Maybe, who knows? But you can make a payment, right? Likewise, when you have a name and the correlating offense written in the tablet of your heart, only they can pay you to feel better. Only they can pay you to bring you peace. Only they can pay you to restore your joy. Only they can pay you to let it go. And the thing about it is Jesus already paid for your peace, and he paid for your joy, and he paid for your restoration, and he paid for your joyfulness in life. Jesus has paid for you to have all of these things, no matter who comes, no matter who goes, no matter what age, no matter the space, time, dimension, dispensation. His blood has been shed so that you not only are saved, but you are also, so I'm saying saved to the point of salvation, but you are also saved from a death to your destiny. You are saved from missing out on your calling. You are saved from entering into systems that he got you out of. If only they can say, I'm sorry. And if only they can return the money. If only they can buy you flowers when he causes them to grow out of the ground. If only they can make it right, then you have your reward. These people that we have a tendency to catch offense with, to hold in unforgiveness. Listen, whatever it is, in the same way that we cannot repay Jesus Christ for what he has done, these people cannot repay you for the offense that they committed. I don't care what they do. How many people know of a couple who has been through an infidelity and the husband is still making the wife pay for it? Even if it's a snide remark here and there, or the wife is still making the husband pay for it. Where you going? You got the GPS? It better not go off. Why? Because I don't trust you. Why don't you trust me? Because of what you did the last time. Well, that was 10 years ago. Yeah, well, I still feel some kind of way about it. And listen, we may feel better about the symptoms, but the root has already sprouted after it has pierced us.